Holland. With up to 100 PTO horsepower on tap, there's virtually no job a PowerStar Premium utility tractor can't handle. Mow, grade, bale, stack, load. Prairie Implement Company invites you to experience the greater ease provided by 64 to 117 horsepower engines, a spacious Vision View cab, and your choice of two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. For supreme convenience, New Holland's Command Art console in each PowerStar tractor puts frequently used controls in one place, increasing your productivity. Work with greater power and utility in a new PowerStar tractor. Stop by Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart today to learn more.
EAB Sports Network presents Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3. Brought to you by Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services, Atlantis Laundry and Car Wash, Baptist Health Stuttgart, Blue Seal Petroleum, Brothers Realty, Cokerhampton Drug Company and Gift Shop, Durden Heating, Cooling and Electrical Contracting, Express Employment Professionals, Family Dental and Allen and Hester Dental, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Free Myers, Best Brands Plus, French Seam, Harry's Rapid Lube, Jimmy's Premier Buildings, Connection Insurance, Lane, Arkansas, Lennox Industries, Max Prairie Wings, Petrus Auto Group, Pearson Company, Prairie Implement Company, Producers Rice Mill, Progressive Tractor and Implement, Ritter Communications, River Valley Tractor, Southern Bancorp, Stedman's Ace Hardware, Stuttgart Rental Properties, Stuttgart Tire Service, Techstream High Speed Internet, The Main Hub, Urgent Care of Stuttgart, and U.S. Irrigation Distributors. Now let's go to the stadium and join the voice of Stuttgart Ricebird football on the EAB Sports Network, Lynn Keller.
Thank you very much, Christian. We welcome everyone to Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas for tonight's Stuttgart Ricebird Homecoming 2022. Hi, everyone. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside my good friend and broadcast partner, Brent Whitman. And Brent, homecoming day today has been one full of excitement, a lot of activities, and overall it couldn't be a better day, and it's going to be a great evening for high school football.
You're exactly right. For the second Friday night in a row here, we have near perfect weather for a Stuttgart football game, and as you mentioned, tonight is homecoming night, so a lot of festivities going on all day and culminating here tonight with the football game.
It is, and of course, going to also, for those of you that can't be at the stadium here tonight, we encourage you to, if you can get to your computer or on your phone, go to the EAB Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel, and you'll see the live stream of tonight's broadcast. And Brent, I think you showed me a few minutes ago, I think we've got it up a little bit early here tonight.
I think so.
And showing some of the beautiful homecoming queens and their fathers or their significant others as they are being introduced here to the crowd at Mosley Stadium. So normally we go on there a few minutes before 7 with that, but I believe it's up and going right now. So get a little sneak peek of the homecoming activities that are going on here on what, again, we said was an absolutely beautiful night. And of course, talking with Coach Price on the Coachy Show a little bit earlier, he said, you know, the football team's got one job, and that's what's coming up tonight.
That's right. 4 quarters of football is all they have on their minds. You know, I mean, they used to have the senior players walk with the, you know, with the maids and queens, but you know they don't do that anymore, and you know I think that's fine. You know, just as well. They're out there with their dads or you know or whoever, and just concentrate on that football game tonight for the players.
And everybody's cleaned up and looking real nice out there.
They sure are, exactly.
See a lot of dads out there that probably this time yesterday maybe were on a tractor and covered in dust, and they are out here tonight with their beautiful daughters, and the homecoming court again being introduced here. Coronation was a little bit earlier this afternoon. Miss Emma Banks was crowned the Homecoming Queen 2022, and of course then the parade this afternoon. Brent, always a fun time in downtown Stuttgart, and one that, again, today just being absolutely picture postcard perfect for anything you want to do outside. It started early this morning at 8:30, a community-wide pep rally, and I had an opportunity to see a little bit of that this morning, and the stands were packed. Of course, they go around to all of the schools. They brought all of the students here to the stadium tonight, from elementary and also from middle school. Then junior high and high school walked over and absolutely filled the stands. The Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band performed here. The cheerleaders performed, and it was just a great pep rally early this morning, although I heard some of them say it was a little cool.
Yeah, it was.
But that's okay. 8:30 in the morning on a sunny day, that's absolutely okay here for the middle of October. And then, of course, the Queen was crowned after lunch. And then, of course, as we mentioned, the parade this afternoon, a lot of really nice floats and costumes this week. And really, I just think that does so much to build school pride and create memories that will stay with these students their whole lives.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You know, I saw those pictures too on Facebook. A lot of, activities around that, as well. I saw all week, and I know the students like that, and the teachers like that as well. It gives them a chance to interact a little more, I think, with the students, and yeah, it's just a fantastic thing.
It is. It's homecoming 2022 here at Stuttgart High School, and again on a beautiful day, and we've got a great evening coming up for high school football. Got a lot to talk about here. We're going to take a look at tonight's game with the Cave City Cavemen. We'll break down the Cavemen. We'll also take a look at the Ricebirds win last week over Riverview. Then we'll take a look around the 2-4A conference and see who all else is playing who tonight, and also where they line up in the conference standings, because those are kind of starting to take shape here, Brent, as we get into the final 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, they are. And the playoff brackets are now out, so, people can kind of look and see, where you think you're going to pencil in your team. So, yeah, every game now is really, really important.
And we're going to talk about that when we get started on the Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show. We've got all that coming up for you in 4 minutes.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Proud supporter of the Stuttgart Ricebirds. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeyer's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeyer's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeyer's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
Driven by our mission to deliver power you can count on, the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas go to work every single day on the X's and O's of delivering reliable and affordable electricity to our home field, Arkansas. With over 2,000 employees on our team, our game plan begins and ends with their dedication across our 17 electric distribution cooperatives that cover more than 60% of Arkansas. They are our most valuable players. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, the power to deliver, the drive to win.
Say goodbye to slow internet and hello to Ride Fiber by Ritter Communications. Our 100% fiber network offers speeds up to 200 megs, 500 megs, and even 1 gig. So you can pick the speed that's right for you. And with no contracts, no hidden fees, and no installation fees, there's no reason not to try Ride Fiber right now. Get internet, TV, and home phone from one super high-speed source. Ride Fiber. Call 833.
From thermal spring water that comes straight from the ground below. Do any of these places have a street that has a gangster museum on one side of the road and a national park on the other? Let me go ahead and answer that for you.
For implants. I'm Courtney Biswinger at Family Dental Witt and Allen Hester Dental in Stuttgart. We are committed to providing the best full-service dental care possible for all of our patients.
I'm Dr. Holt Hester. When we say full service, that includes implants, single implants for a missing tooth, denture stabilization with implants, teeth whitening. 7181 to set up your appointment today.
Call us today and let our staff brighten your smile and brighten your life.
Don't miss Super Saturday at the French Seaman Stuttgart. For one day only, this Saturday, October 15th, get no interest financing for 72 months. brands. Call 870-673-8156 or drop in on Saturday to lock in your free Bernina financing on the machine of your dreams. Super Saturday with 72 months interest-free financing.
And we welcome you to the Freemeyers Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas, as it is homecoming 2022. The Stuttgart Ricebirds will take on the Cave City Cavemen coming up in just a little over 15 minutes, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. They've been in some of these closer games, including the Lone Oak game last week.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Lone Oak coming off that loss against Harding Academy. Yeah, but they hung in there against Lone Oak, only losing 34-21. And then the week before that,
probably a disappointing year when you look at the records, but they've been in the games, and obviously they've got some talent as well.
Right.
They're coming off 6-5 a year ago, but they were in the 3-4A conference. Now, some of the teams that were in the 3-4A conference with them were Blytheville, Rivercrest, Pocahontas, and so forth. No, it's sure not, and they lost 48-7. Coach Danny Brewstrom is in his 5th season at the helm in Cave City. He's got a 10-37 record, and last season's 6 wins was the second most in school history. They had 9 wins in 2009. They also qualified for the playoff. He had 10 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. In the backfield, keep an eye on senior fullback Bryce Walling, 5'10", 180 pounds. He had 101 carries for 589 yards and 4 touchdowns last year, despite missing 3 games. Now, joining him this season on the varsity team is his sophomore brother, Sean. Prides himself on blocking, according to Coach Brewstrom. Up front, senior guard Dayton Corcus, 6 foot, 240 pounds, is the Cavemen's most athletic lineman. Might be considered a college prospect also, or cave person.
Yes.
Or what would be the correct terminology on that, Brent?
I don't know. I guess a cave woman.
All right. Well, whatever she is, she's a good one. Junior Millie Beller, 5'5", 125 pounds. And it does seem odd giving the dimensions of a female on a lineup like that.
Right.
But she's 5. Challenge tonight, Brent, as we look out and we see the flag stretched out here at Mosley Stadium. This is not the first time that the Birds have faced a female kicker or a player. I know Baptist Prep had a very good female kicker a few years ago when we played them. Now, including Millie, a lot of the Cavemen's rosters are made up of soccer players, including their quarterback, running backs, and some of the linemen. This is the 3rd meeting all time between the Cavemen and the Ricebirds. The Birds won in 2010 by a score of 41-14, and again in 2011 by a score of 41-12. When this was a time when the Cavemen kind of came through the Ricebirds conference. Here at Mosley Stadium, we are getting ready for the pregame activities. They're going to have the invocation as well.
Or visit techstream.net.
Nearly every store in downtown Stuttgart is full of unique and vibrant shops, making this an exciting time to visit and do business with local proprietors. Reduce your carbon footprint, support your local economy, and help create local jobs by keeping your dollars in town. When you shop local, for every $100 spent, roughly $70 of it is returned to local activity. By supporting local business, you're helping local nonprofits, our schools, and our city's infrastructure, creating the identity of our community. And because great customer service is everything to our shop owners, you're ensured not just shorter lines when you shop local, but a better personal experience. This is Kim Buffet with Coker-Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop, thanking you for your support. Whether you shop us today or our neighbors, please make sure you are shopping in Stuttgart or the local businesses in your own city. Help breathe life into local communities by supporting local business.
Like you, Stedman's Ace Hardware is passionate about their community. They support the Lions Club, Fight Like a Kid, and numerous other organizations, including youth, high school, and adult sports programs. Whether helping their neighbors or helping their customers, Stedman's Ace Hardware truly is the helpful place. Shop Weber Grills, Blackstone Griddles, Traeger Pellet Grills and Pellets, and more, and get all the help you need at Stedman's Ace Hardware, 110 South College in downtown Stuttgart. Stedman's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
And we welcome you back to the Freemeyers Best Brands Plus Ricebird pregame show tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, site of tonight's homecoming football game between the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the Cave City Cavemen. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band has concluded the national anthem and alma mater. They've made their way toward the run-through, and the Ricebirds will be loading into that real soon and be busting out, and we'll get this game underway. The Stuttgart Ricebirds, Brent, coming off a big win last week, a much-needed win after their opening conference loss to Harding Academy. Got a week off to kind of lick the wounds and got back on the right track last week.
Yeah, I think a much-needed win last week after the week off, after a tough first 5 games from the opponent standpoint and an injury standpoint. Just a tough, first half of the season, but a big win last week and over the Raiders. And, we're kind of going to see that same type of team tonight with that double wing offensive style.
Exactly, and this is a team that's not loaded with speed, but they'll try to grind it out on you, and they can really control the ball and make you earn it, make you anxious to get your offense back out there. Looking back to last week, the Ricebirds, though, made quick work of it, Brent. 3-play drive, took the opening kickoff, and bam, into the end zone, up 7-0. They scored again another time in the first quarter, halfway through. Hawkins goes in from 34 yards out, and that was after he had a 63-yard touchdown call back.
They did, yeah. 91 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So you got to figure in Sparky Clark, the great job he did not get into the end zone, but he sure made a lot of things happen with his feet.
Yeah, he did. He had 115 yards and Sparky for 4 last week for 69 yards.
Coming around, no doubt about that. That was something that early in the year you just didn't see from him, but he's gaining a little confidence in a game like that. Certainly helps. Also, how about A.J. Higgins? It looks like he's back 100%.
Boy, it is. Yeah, it's great to have him back. It's kind of a change of pace back. He's more of a bruising type of running back there, and he had 5 carries for 42 yards and two touchdowns. So it's great to have big number 44 back there.
You think of him, or at least I do, Brent, as being your 1, 2, 3, 4 yard guy. But boy, he was busting them off big last week.
Yes, he was. He had carries of 18 and 11 yards on his first 2 carries last week.
Ricebirds also got in the end zone in the second half. Cedric Hawkins set the mark at 35-0, got the mercy rule clock going last week, and then Riverview came and scored a touchdown late in that one when the mercy rule was in effect. But another good thing about last week's game, Brent, was the fact that everybody got some playing time.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's right. With the clock running there in the second half, we got the second string and some of the third stringers in there. Yeah, we saw a lot of numbers out there, and it was just great to see everybody on the field.
It was, and of course also another big reception. When we look at our receiving yard last week, Ross Atkinson hauled in one.
That's right, yeah, on the big third down and long play, I think he hauled in one for 32 yards.
And then Kendrick Hawkins and Cedric Hawkins both on the receiving end of some passes from Sparky Clark last week. And it looks like we're going to see the same guys running the offense as well, as it was announced, if you heard on the coach's show a little bit early. Landon Melnichuk, number 3, starting quarterback for the Ricebirds this year, is out for the season. So it'll be Sparky Clark and Cedric Hawkins trying to make things happen in the backfield.
Yeah, well, that's an electrifying combo back there. When you got those two, and we kind of can keep that defense off balance when you don't know which one is going to get the carry there.
Absolutely. Brent will have our captains for us as they're shaking hands out the middle of the field. We'll have that in just a minute. Boy, Brent, this is the longest line of fans I believe I have ever seen on the football field. They're stretched all the way. The band comes down to about the 25-yard line, maybe the 30, and then the fans start and they go all the way across midfield, all the way down to the 35-yard line. So they had to move the ceremonial coin toss down to the 35-yard line to get everybody out. So a great group of Ricebird fans out there, and I see the Cave City Cavemen coming out onto the field. Looking at what's going on tonight, in addition to Cave City here at Stuttgart in 2-4A action, Brent, we've got Heber Springs at Lone Oak. Those are a couple of teams that, regardless of the record, always seem to play a pretty good football game.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it always seems like it's a high-scoring shootout game, too.
Ball Knob's going to be at Riverview, one of the shortest games, or one of the shortest distances to travel.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and that's probably going to be a pretty good game there, I think. that's a big rivalry game too.
It really is. You've got Ball Knob at Riverview there, and then Harding Academy just down the road from Riverview. This is their open date. Quickly looking at next week, Ricebirds are going to be back on the road, longest road trip.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is going all the way up to Heber Springs, and that's a place that hasn't been too good to the Ricebirds. You know, even though they come away with the victory sometimes, it's never an easy one.
It is not an easy one, and that's where the Ricebirds will be next Friday night. Riverview will be at Harding Academy. That is the shortest trip.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's
they
not
can
even
walk.
Yeah. Yeah, you said it. Not even about a mile.
That reminds me of Washita and Henderson. They just walk.
Right.
And then all those teams, Brent, I can't get a grasp on. I'm not sure.
I don't know. But they're one conference, so it's like they're in Heber fighting for that number 2 spot right now.
And then after Cave City and play Stuttgart tonight, they'll take next week off. That will be what happens in the 2-4-8 conference next week. Well, we are getting set here. We've got the big run-through with the cheerleaders, have got it all up, and the Ricebirds are busting out of their run-through and through the paper run-through. Homecoming 2022 football game is just about set to start, and these guys are going to get them a sprint as they run through this crowd of fans all the way down to the 30-yard line before they can get out of that funnel. Get some Ricebirds through. Also number 27 in there, Johnny, the Ricebird Marching Band making their way off the field. Hats off once again to the Ricebird Booster Club as they carry the big inflatable run through to every game, not just here at Mosley Stadium.
That's right. You know, that's a great representative of the town there. You know, and the Booster Club does that. Yeah, just a very a huge inflatable run through. If you haven't seen it, one of the best in the state.
No doubt about that. Well, we're just about ready for football. Brent, who are the captains for tonight's game?
They've been number 52, Jackson Colvin, and number 77, Jimmy Alexander. For the Ricebirds, number 6, Cedric Hawkins, number 66, Ryan Kyer, and number 75, Demarion Manning.
Want to thank you for listening to the Stuttgart Ricebird Football Pregame Show, brought to you by Freemeyer's Best Friends Plus. Freemeyer's located on 2nd and Main in Stuttgart. Go see Charles Freemeyer and the gang down there. They'll take care of you with all the brands that you know and you love. And, of course, I talk every week about Lazy Boy and the great recliners. What better way to watch football this fall than in a new Lazy Boy recliner? Don't worry about the price, because the price match guarantee guarantees that you don't have to worry about getting or paying too much. You don't have to go to the big city. Get it right here. Freemeyer's Best Brands Plus, proud sponsor of the Ricebird Pregame Show. We're ready for Stuttgart Ricebird football. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. Cave City Cavemen will be kicking off from the right to the left, or the Cave Woman will be kicking off from the right to the left. Millie Beller is the kicker, and she moves up, puts her foot into it. It's an end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken all the way back at about the 11-yard line, back across the 20, 25, 30, running room, 40, 45, and out midfield on the return for the Ricebirds.
Number 19, Chance Rabeneck, and what a nice catch he made, too, because he kind of had to backpedal and go over the shoulder just to catch it, and then a fantastic return all the way out to midfield.
Ricebirds, great starting position for their first possession here of the night. It is a gorgeous night in Stuttgart, and want to thank you for tuning in on Country 97.3 FM and also on our EAB Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel. EAB Sports Network Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel. Here come the Birds to the line. First down and 10. Moving from the left to the right. Birds dressed in all maroon with white trim. Handoff coming to the near side. Now cutting back into the line. Penalty marker is going to be down. Cedric Hawkins on the carry, gets the ball across midfield by about 2 yards. Let's see what the penalty marker is.
It's going to be holding on the Ricebirds.
Flag thrown back on the Ricebird side at the 48-yard line. And the gentleman in the white hat is going to keep walking, and the Ricebirds will be inside their own 40-yard line after the penalty gets marked off. The gentleman in the white hat is explaining to the Ricebird.
Blocking the back is what the.
Yeah,
okay.
As to what happened. Birds will have it now. First down and 22 from their own 38-yard line. Ball's toward the far hash mark. Clark takes, hands off. Hawkins coming to the near side. Now he cuts back into the line. Nice tackle in there right as he crosses the 40 and is going to get out to the 42-yard line. Cedric Hawkins on the carry, and he's going to have a gain of about, what, Brent, about five on the play?
Yeah, about 5. And you said it, yeah, Lynn, what a nice tackle there, because Cedric is one step away from popping out that backside, and I think taking him to the house. But a nice tackle by the Caveman linebacker.
Cavemen dressed in all white with bright red helmets, bright red trim, got a double stripe down the side of their pants. Deontay Clark, he's going to keep it himself, cross midfield, 45-40. He's got a first down, twisting and turning, still on his feet, all the way down to the 36-yard line. First down and 10, Ricebirds. What a run by Deontay Clark.
More 20 yards that time over the left side. Had a nice hole, and then he carried the pile for about an extra 5 yards, and the Ricebirds pick up the first down at the Caveman 37.
Just underway, 10:43 to go. First quarter, Ricebirds with the ball, opening possession. Two wide out to the right. Deontay Clark is flanked. He takes, he fakes to Cedric Hawkins, keeps it himself, just straight up into the line, gets down to the 32-yard line. Nice first down, Brent.
And it was a gain of 5 there. You can see that defense is really
in motion. Clark takes a snap, going to keep it himself over the left side. Got some running room, breaks a tackle at the 45, gets across midfield, 45-40, and let's see where he stepped out of bounds. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 41-yard line of the Cave City Cavemen, and that's going to be good for a fresh set of downs for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, he's going to have 19 yards along the near sideline. Boy, just made his way right down the sideline, broke a couple tackles, and boy, big gain on first down and 15 here as we approach the end of the first quarter here, 19 seconds left.
Clark in shotgun formation with Hawkins standing to his right. Takes, he hands to Hawkins. Hawkins looking for some room around the left side. Turns the corner. He's got running room. He's got more. He's got the end zone. Touchdown, Cedric Hawkins. Touchdown, Ricebirds.
41 yards there, Lynn. And on the previous play, Clark had just gone over 62 yards. Cedric had 61 yards, and on that carry, Cedric said, nope, I got to take the lead back from you there, Sparky. 41 yards on that touchdown run takes Cedric over the 100-yard mark in the first quarter. He has 102 yards, and now 2 touchdowns on the evening.
Ricebirds set for the PAT. Boyd's the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is
good. It's going to be offside.
Penalty marker on the play, but it is.
Yeah, it was all offsides on the right end of the Caveman. He came through it just a little early.
And the Ricebirds stretch their lead 21-0. Well, let's see. Hold everything. The Ricebirds.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to kick again, are we?
No, we're going to.
Unless we're going to go for 2, maybe. Okay.
Ricebirds are going to go for 2. So essentially, take the point off the board because you've got the 1 point.
Yeah. Well, Ian, we still got the kicking team out there. So.
Unless the whistle blew before the snap. That's the only variable there.
Possible.
All right, here we go again. Sorry for the confusion for our listeners and our viewers. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. This one's also good, and this one's going to count. Ricebirds lead 21-0 over the Cave City Cavemen. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Freemeier's Best Friends Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeier's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeier's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeier's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Hey, at either Petrus location, they've got a great website where you can look up all of the inventory online. You can see all the options, see photographs, all the pricing is there. So be sure and check it out, petrusgm.com for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And for Petrus Auto Sales, that's Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, go to petrusautosales.com. 2 locations to serve you best here on the Grand Prairie. Petrus, we got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Petrus powering tonight's Ricebird broadcast, and Jack Hossman powered that kickoff out of bounds, and the Cavemen going to have pretty good field position. They're going to tack on a 5-yard penalty on top of where the ball went out at about the 41. So it looks like the Cavemen will have it first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line, and they trail the Ricebirds 21-0 here with 9 seconds to go in the first quarter.
They're great field position for Cave City, and now we have a Cave City timeout.
Well, timeout with 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter, so let's take another quick 30-second timeout with him. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
From credit and loan applications to handing you the keys, count on Sandra Brothers at Brothers Realty for all things real estate. Sandra walks first-time home buyers through the home buying process. And if you're a seasoned home buyer, you already know the stresses of buying new property. Trust Sandra Brothers to put your worries at ease. For dedicated personal service, call Sandra Brothers at 870-659-4218. Visit brothers-realty.com or browse listings at Brothers Realty on Facebook and Instagram.
And we welcome you back to Homecoming 2022 here in Stuttgart, where the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Cave City Cavemen 21-0 with 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Cave City with the ball, first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Ball's fumbled on the handoff, and let's see, I believe the running back got back on it. Number 3, I believe, Kobe Birdsong.
Yeah, it's going to be back. He did, but it's going to be a loss of about 5, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
That'll bring us to the end of 1. Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Cave City Cavemen 21-0. We're back with second quarter action on Country 97.3 in 1 minute.
Farmers and Merchants Bank is adding more convenient banking across Arkansas. The MVP Center in DeWitt is now open on Whitehead Drive, and there are 2 in Stuttgart, one on Maple behind the main bank and one on the corner of North Main and Michigan. These are interactive teller machines with on-screen tellers serving you 7 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 till noon on Saturdays. Go to mebanking.com to locate more MVP centers as you travel across the state from Jonesboro to the Bank of Fayetteville. Always finding a better way at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
And a brighter day up ahead.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability, and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production in bushels. Contact your local Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
And we welcome you to second quarter action. The Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Cave City Cavemen 21-0 as we start the second quarter. Cave City with the ball, second down and 14. Handoff, running room across midfield into Ricebird territory, dragging a defender on the carry, number 24, Sean Walling, the sophomore.
He's going to pick up 20 yards in a Caveman first down into Ricebird territory.
Nice run by Sean Walling, one of 4 Wallings that are on the roster for Cave City. They've got the ball at the Ricebird 39-yard line. First down and 10. Ball's in the center of the field. Cavemen moving from the left to the right. Handoff to the back in the backfield. And he's going to get the line of scrimmage, and I believe that's going to be about it on the stop for the Ricebirds. Several guys in there.
Several in there. Aiden Robnett, I believe, was leading the pile that time, and no gain on the play.
Going to set it down at the 39-yard line. Second down and 10 for Cave City. Ricebirds with a 21-0 lead. Early here in the second quarter of action. It's homecoming 2022 here in Stuttgart. And as Brent just looked out the window and told me, he said, it's standing room only out there. And it really is.
It is.
Great crowd on hand. Hand off to number 24. Runs into his own blocker, but stays on his feet. Boy, what a hard run by Sean Walling, 5'10", 170-pound sophomore. Man, that was a hard run.
Yeah, it was. He's going to pick up 6 because, yeah, as you said, he ran into one of his linemen right at about the line of scrimmage, but bounced off and made the way down for about 6 yards and a nice pickup on second down.
It was. It's going to set up a third down and long 3 now from just outside the 32-yard line of the Ricebirds. Ball's on the far hash mark. The Cavemen in all white with red helmets, red trim, moving from the left to the right. Pitch back, going to the left side. Again, gets in. It runs into the back of one of his blockers, but uses him as a pick. I don't think he's going to have a first down, but he's going to be close, Brent.
Yeah, he's not. He's going to be about 2 yards short. I think that was 21 at the time, Bryce Walling.
Knocked down both of the yard markers on the far side, both the down and the down marker and the distance marker, but they get them all picked up, and he's a good 2 yards short. Got the ball right at the 31-yard line of the Ricebirds on fourth down and really 2 yards.
Yeah, it is.
Quickly to the line as they break the huddle. Send the wing in motion. Ricebirds jump off sides and going to give them a first down.
Yeah, the hard count there by the quarterback, Jacob Moore, got several Ricebirds to jump, and that's going to give Cape City a first down, and this is going to be their best drive of the night as they're now going to have first and 10 at the Ricebird 26.
Early in the second quarter, 10:05 to go. Ricebirds with a 21-0 lead in this 2-4A conference matchup over the Cave City Cavemen.
Yeah, and a fantastic crowd, as Lynn mentioned here. Not many empty seats at all and plenty of people standing along the fence.
Second time today these stands have been full. They had the citywide pep rally early this morning. Handoff number 24, Sean Walling around the left side, and again, great pursuit by the Ricebirds to bring him down, actually for a loss of nearly a yard.
Yes, it is. Ryan Kazire, one of the first Ricebirds there from his linebacker spot, and brings down Walling shy of the line of scrimmage. 9:42 left in the second quarter here. The Ricebirds with a 21-0 lead here, but the Cavemen are driving here at the Ricebird 27, trying to get some points on the board.
Second and 11. They send one wide out to the right. They have slots on each side. They send the wingman on the right side in motion. They're going to pass. Got a man complete inside the Ricebird 20-yard line down to the 17, and going to be just short of a first down, but a nice play. The quarterback finding his intended receiver, and number 88, I believe, on the reception.
He is Colton Vincent. Yeah, Lennon, he was stuck right as he caught that ball. Did a good job of holding on to it, and that's going to bring up third down and 1.
Big senior for the Cavemen. Sets up a very manageable, as Brent mentioned, 3rd and 1 from the Stuttgart 17. First trip into the red zone tonight for the Cavemen. Ball's on the near hash mark. Cavemen headed south here at Mosley Stadium toward Lenox for those familiar. Fumble now, it's going to be picked up by the wingman on the left side. How about that for a great field awareness?
Yep, sure
Number 21, Bryce Walling, picked it up after the quarterback, number 10, Jacob Moore, mishandled the snap and ends up getting about a yard on the play. What could have been either the loss of the ball or loss of yardage ends up getting a yard. So it's going to bring up now 4th down and 1. Ricebird defense like to dig in here with 8:24 to go in the second quarter and keep the Cave City Cavemen from getting a first and keep them out of the end zone.
That's right, and do not jump off sides. Beware of that hard count.
Quarterback behind center takes. He hands to the tailback looking for some room. He's not going to get it. He reaches the ball out. But let's see where they mark him.
I think they're going to mark it where where he stuck the ball out, and that's barely going to be enough for the first down.
Boy, and you don't see that much in high school, but he reached that ball out there dangerously, and it just shy of the 15-yard line, just barely enough. Now they've got a wide out that's as wide out as you can get.
He is. He is standing on the hash mark on the sideline.
Yeah, that's right. The yard marks on the sidelines. Handoff number 24, Walling around the left side, down inside the Ricebird 10-yard line. A gain of about 7 on the play.
Yeah, strong runner, Sean Walling. Need to get in there and take his legs out from under him because he will keep it driving.
Gets it down to the Ricebird 9-yard line. 2nd down, 3 coming up for the Cavemen. 7:24 to go. Clock moving. First half. Birds up 21-0. Cave City knocking on the door. Handoff on a little misdirection coming to the near side, and now we got a penalty marker. This should be a hold coming in. Nice job, Cade Coates with contact on the running back.
Yes, it was. It was going to be a loss on the play, but.
And the running back feels Cade Coates right now, I'll tell you. Goodness, he is slow getting up. Now he's bent back over again.
Yeah, and
Bless his heart, that was
that's number 3, Colby Birdsong. Yeah, Cade Coates really laid the wood to him, and it's going to back him all the way up to the 22 after they mark off the holding penalty. So 2nd down and about 16.
And they were inside the Ricebird 10-yard line. 2nd down. Here come the Cavemen. Wings on each side. A tailback behind the quarterback. Fake to him. Quarterback's going to pass. Looking, getting a lot of pressure. Eludes one tackler. Now fires toward the end zone. Ricebirds are there, and it's going to be incomplete.
Well, Leon, it sure looked like Julius Gaither was going to have the interception.
He had the angle on it.
He did. He actually stepped in front of the receiver, but I think the receiver got a hand in there.
The receiver became the defender in that particular case.
He did. Fantastic coverage downfield by Gaither.
And good execution, and I got to tip my hat to the quarterback Moore. He did a nice job eluding a tackler for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, he sure did. And he kept his eyes downfield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Found a receiver, and his receivers helped him. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and 16. Quarterback Moore back to pass, looking. Now it's being chased out of the pocket all the way back to his 40-yard line. Still looking, plenty of time. Ricebirds are converging, and they're going to run him out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, close to the line of scrimmage. He ran about 50 yards, Brent.
Boy, he sure did. He ran a long ways that time. Couldn't find anybody open downfield, and then the Ricebirds defense finally converged on him and forced him out of bounds. Yeah, it's going to be no gain on the play now, so it's going to be now 4th down and about 16.
And this is probably going to be a little bit out of the range of their kicker, Millie Beller. If you missed the pregame show earlier tonight, their kicker is a female, and she's quite effective as well.
Into the wind, though. It
is into the wind, and this is a little outside of her range. I know Coach Bunkstrom was real confident with her 30 yards and in, but this would be considerably longer than that. Quarterback Moore back to pass. Looking on 4th and long, and now he's just going to shovel pass. And he tries to pass again, or intends to fake the pass again. And he is not happy, and now we've got all kinds of penalty markers coming out. Very uncalled for. Number 21, Bryce Walling, and I'm not sure why he was upset with enough to draw the penalty, but
that's going to go down as a pass as a pass completion for about 2 yards, and that's it. And it's going to go over on downs to the Ricebirds, and then
should be 15 yards from the 25-yard line. So the Ricebirds should have it at their own 40-yard line when it's all said and done.
Yeah, Lynn, and then Walling tried to go with the fake pass there to get the Ricebirds to jump maybe, but boy, they swarmed him under right at the 20-yard line, and
he came up, slammed the ball down, and
that's going to get you a penalty 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, it was, and just lost his cool there for a few minutes, or for a few seconds rather. 1st and 10 for the Ricebirds. From their own 40-yard line. Clark back to pass, going to air it out long, gets a lot of wind under it, and coming back for it, incomplete. And there's penalty markers all over the field, and I'm not sure about that, but we'll see what the call is.
Probably going to be, I would think, pass interference on Cave City, but I don't really buy that one.
I don't either. It was not a catchable ball.
The ball just kind of hung up there, and it was a little bit underthrown, and Cedric was trying to come back to it and just didn't quite get there. I didn't see a whole lot of contact.
And it is going to bring 15 yards for the Ricebirds, and I'm with you, Brent. I disagree with the call. Don't do that a lot, really. We don't do that a lot, but I do disagree with that. Yeah. But nonetheless,
not a lot of contact at all.
No, it is a break for the Ricebirds. First down and 10, moves the ball into Caveman territory at the 45. Ball's on the far hash mark. Clark again, back to pass, looks this time, fires, overthrows Cedric Hawkins at about the line of scrimmage, trying to get Cedric in the open, but just put a little bit too much air under it. Falls incomplete. Second down now and 10 for the Ricebirds from the Cave City 45.
Yeah, that wind is really playing havoc with the quarterbacks going this way here with the wind at their back and just a little bit across as well. It's really, it's really holding up the footballs.
Clark takes, hands off, Higgins into the line, dancing around, using his blockers, powers his way down close to the 40-yard line. Going to be a gain, let's say, of 5 yards. They're going to set it right at the 40. Going to bring up now third down and 5 for the Ricebirds. Well, they're going to back it up to the 41 now, so third and 6 for the Birds.
Nice hard run there by A.J., his first carry of the night.
Ross Atkinson checks in with the play from Coach Price. Here come the Birds. Ball's in the center of the field, moving from the right to the left, from the south to the north here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, headed toward the concession stand area. Going to fake to Hawkins, and when he pulled the ball out of the belly of Hawkins, Clark went down on a knee, and the play's over, and the Ricebirds now looking at fourth down from the Cave City 43-yard line with 5:14 to go here in the first half. The Ricebirds with a 21-0 lead.
Yeah, I think he just held that fake a little bit too long that time, and when he tried to pull the ball back, it came out, and then he just fell on it for a loss of 1.
Hossman and Rabenek split wide to the right, slot on the right. Clark takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking, getting some pressure, and they've got him by the jersey. He breaks a tackle, it stays on his feet. How did he do that? Brent gets down to the 40, did not get a first down, but it should have been a loss back near midfield, but did a nice job, even without a tearaway jersey.
Yeah. They almost
some positive yards.
Yeah, they almost pulled his jersey off of him that time, but he broke free for a gain of about 2, but not near enough for the first down. And Cave City will take over at their own 46. 41.
Sorry. Cave City playing tough. They haven't broke the huddle yet, but they're Devonye Berry split wide to the right, number 5.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be involved in the play.
I don't think he is either. I think they're mostly just using him to pull a defender away from the play. Ball's on the far hash mark, moving from the left to the right. Here come the Cavemen. Handoff, little misdirection, got a little bit of running room, breaks a tackle or 2, gets out across the 45 to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that was 24 again, Sean Wally. He's going to have about 7 on first down as we're at 4:30 left here in the first quarter.
Set the ball down at the 48 of Cave City. Clock moving here in the first half. Ricebirds with a 21-0 lead. They led 28-0 at the half of last week's game against Riverview. Would like to get the ball back and see if they can add to it. Got to stop Cave City first. Handoff to number 24, Walling. He's going to be close to a first down, although I think they're going to set it right at midfield, and he had to get beyond to about the Ricebird 49. So this is going to be third down and less than a yard, say about 2 feet for the Cavemen for a first down.
Yeah, look like Demarion Manning checking in for Bradley, right in the middle of that Ricebird line.
Good to see both those guys out there being able to shuffle in and out of action. Both of them have had some
get a little bit of depth
injury
back, maybe.
Yeah, both of them had a little bit of injury bug earlier in the year. Here come the Cavemen on third and less than a yard. Quarterback takes, hands off to the tailback, first down into Ricebird territory. down to about the 47-yard line, and that'll be a fresh set of downs. Got a Caveman shaking up, and goodness, he's holding his right knee, and I certainly hope that's maybe just a cramp.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like number 70, maybe in there, one of their linemen. If it is, that would be Gage Roberts Huff, according to our roster. He's 6 foot 240. And only a sophomore.
They are tending to him. And while we want a special word of thanks to Etc. for the pregame meal for the Ricebird players, coaches, and cheerleaders tonight. Etc. located downtown, a great place to eat, and also a great gift shop as well, just loaded with some really, really nice gifts and collectibles, and of course some of the best sandwiches you'll put your mouth around. That's Etc. They fed, again, the Ricebird football team and the coaches and the cheerleaders today. And we also want to mention that the fireworks after the Ricebird score tonight are sponsored by Patrick and Julie Landrum, and appreciate them so much for sponsoring the fireworks. It adds so much to our game here every Friday night. And Ray Gilbert down behind the south end zone manning the fireworks. And again, appreciate Patrick and Julie Landrum as well as Ray for the fireworks. Handoff to number 24, Walling, and he is going to get inside the Ricebird 45 down to about the 43-yard line. And they're going to set it at the 44-yard line. Just need to keep my mouth shut until he sets it down.
He's going to have about 3. That's 10 carries. 63 yards for Sean Walling, Lynn, and you know he's the one that got 25 carries a game, you know.
In junior high a year ago.
That's right, and he's already got 10 carries tonight in the first half.
Outstanding soccer player as well, as is a lot of this football team for Cave City. Handoff coming to the near side, using these blockers, breaking into the clear, and all the way down nearly the 30-yard line. They're going to say the 31-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Cavemen as they hang tough with 2:20 to go here in the first half. First down and 10 from the Stuttgart 31-yard line. Boy, that is some hard running.
So it was 13 yards for number 3, Colby Birdsong. He has 6 carries, 23 yards.
Ball's on the far hash mark. Cave City breaks the huddle to the line. Going to hand to number 24, Walling. Trying to get the corner. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. He's going to get maybe a half yard, Brent. I'm not sure.
Maybe. No, I don't. Yeah, maybe a yard. Yeah, half yard. He ran right into Tank Hood.
And Tank put the fury on him and brought him down.
Right.
And second down, we'll say 9. We'll be generous here. Again, ball's on the far hash mark. Cavemen moving from the left to the right on your radio dial. Quarterback fakes. Now he's going to roll out. Looking now, he drops the ball. It's on the ground. Still on the ground. The Ricebirds trying to get on it, and it's going to end up, let's see, all the way back at the 40-yard line on the Ricebird side. It was recovered finally. That greased pig.
It was.
Hunter Greathouse, one of the linemen, also a linebacker on defense.
Yeah, Lynn, you know, I think Nykiel Bradley that time had visions of a scoop and score there, and he was going to try to pick it up and head to the house with it. Couldn't quite come away with it, though, and it bounced away from him, but a big loss on the play.
I mean, a monster loss. They've got now third down and Lodge corner. I'm telling you, they've got the ball.
The scoreboard says third down and 39.
Well, let's see. They had to get to
the 21-
yard line, so that's 29 yards there and to midfield, and then you've got another 11.
So that's pretty close.
So that's
about
40 yards.
40, yeah.
That's 3rd and 40 right there.
Yeah. Wow. Big loss on the play there.
What does a running team pull out of your bag on a 3rd and 40 scenario, Brent?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe just a heaving hope down there.
Hope. Yeah, I like that.
That's what you
like that.
I mean, hope.
Now, the main thing is when you look at it from a defensive point of view, you just can't let them get out of this.
Yeah, that's right. You can't let anybody get behind you. Keep them in front of you.
Right.
And if they make it the catch, bring them down.
That's exactly right.
Cave City, one timeout left now with a minute 25 and third and Lodge corner to go. Third down and about 40.
Also want to thank Little Caesar Pizza for providing the hot pizza in the press box tonight for all the visiting media and the crew up here. Boy, and I got to tell you, when it got here tonight, it was hot. The boxes would burn your hand. And that's the nice thing about that Little Caesar's Pizza. It is always so fresh when you get it, and I love to pick it up. My wife loves the Supreme. I like the meat lovers, and boy, when you get it, it's almost still bubbling even when you get it home. And same thing when they brought it up into the press box tonight. Appreciate Little Caesar's Pizza, located on 22nd Street here in Stuttgart. Keep them in mind with all your football watching that's going to be coming up here over the weekend. Remember, Little Caesar's Pizza, you won't get better, I can promise you that. Here we go on 3rd and 40 for Cave City. Handoff, sure, right up into the line. That's the call. And number 24, Walling, is going to get the ball out to the 43-yard line. And I bet the Ricebirds call timeout. Yes, Stuttgart calls timeout with 1:19 to go and a big 4th down and forever coming up for Cave City. So let's take a quick 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Stuttgart Ricebird Football on Country 97.3 FM. We're part of the EAB Sports Network.
Looking for a new job to get you where you need to be? Cross that goal line with ease by contacting Express Employment Professionals in Stuttgart. Feel like you're facing a 4th down and long in your job search? Express Employment Professionals can help you get the first down by making your job search easier with no cost to apply or find you a job. If your business is recruiting employees or hiring seasonal workers, don't throw a Hail Mary. Get with Express Employment Professionals and score like never before. Your #1 team is Express Employment Professionals, 1904 South Main, Suite 1 in Stuttgart. Call 870-672-4568 or go to expresspros.com.
Welcome back to Stuttgart Ricebird Football, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Petrus with 2 locations, 19th and Main for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. And out across from Max Prairie Wings, it's Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. That's 2350 Highway 63 North. Petrus, they got your transportation needs covered on the Grand Prairie. 4th and forever for Cave City. Punter gets a great punt off, and Cedric Hawkins is going to come up, make a fair catch at the 33-yard line. Punting was number 3 for Cave City, and that is Colby Birdsong. Does a lot for it. Now, there is a penalty marker on the play, and I believe it's against Cave City. So,
sure is.
I think I see Coach Price pointing, let's make them do it again, because I know he would love for an opportunity for either Deontay Clark or Cedric Hawkins to get a kick return here. But, hey, tip my hat to the punter. It's a great punt.
Well, that's right. Yeah, a lot of hang time. A nice high kick forced Cedric into the fair catch. So
could have been using that wind, too, to hold it up just a little bit.
That's right. So let's see what kind of kick he gets off here. Now, on their first punt, they snapped it over his head. So we would love to see that again.
All right. The punter is going to be standing inside or right at his own 20-yard line. Good snap, puts his foot into it. And this is a knuckleball, not a good one. It's going to take a decent roll, though. Hawkins is going to pick it up at his own 40. Now he's directing traffic, trying to get the corner. He retreats back to the 35, back across the 40, puts his head down across midfield, into into Cave City territory, breaks the tackle, 35, 30, 25, coming back to the center of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, and a penalty marker down at the 44-yard line. Holy cow, what a run. But it looks like it's going to come back.
You said it would have run, Lynn. That was a Joe Adams return there almost.
Yeah, exactly.
For Cedric Hawkins. Took it on one side, went all the way back across the field, weaved his way through the defense, but right at about the 44, there's the flag down. And boy, it's coming back, and for the second week in a row, Cedric has a fantastic run brought back via a penalty.
Wow, and such a great crowd. Really got a treat there on that run.
Yep.
And looking at the crowd, I just have noticed, even lining the fence all the way back to the concession stand, Brent, this is as good a crowd as I've seen here at Mosley Stadium in a long time. And what a disappointment to have that electrifying.
I hate that penalty right there. Wow. Yep. Yeah, just when he broke in the free, and we knew that he was going to go, I just scanned back down and looking for a flag, and there happened to be one there. I didn't see it get thrown, but I did see it laying down on the field. Man.
Well, all right, here we go. Ricebirds still with the ball, still good field position. They've got it at their own 41-yard line with 48 seconds to go, and the Ricebirds with 2 timeouts.
Got Jack Hossman at quarterback, Clark out wide here.
Hossman, quick, fair. It's a little hook and ladder, and the Ricebirds are going to end up with 10 yards out of it. Nice, defended very nicely out there. Cedric Hawkins ended up with it.
Yeah, nice throw there by Jack to Kendrick Hawkins, who then pitched it to Cedric, and it's going to bring up a first down, and the Ricebird called their second timeout.
It's the old Hawkin ladder there, and we saw that I think at Lone Oak last year.
Saw that at Southside Batesville, I know, also last year when the Ricebirds really needed it last year too.
Yes, you're exactly right. And the Ricebirds now call, as Brent mentioned, the second timeout. We'll keep it right here, and they'll have the ball first down and 10, just inside Cave City territory at the 49-yard line. Got 41 seconds and 1 timeout to work with here.
Yeah, and then you know another thing, I mean, you hate that penalty to bring back the touchdown, but that play also took a lot of time off the clock as well.
Great point, Brent, because there's not a lot of time left. Ricebirds now working with just 41 seconds. Let's see if they can get another explosive play going here. Hossman now, who was at quarterback on the last play, is going to be split wide to the left along with Kendrick Hawkins. 2 more Ricebirds split to the left, empty backfield. Clark fires it out to Kendrick Hawkins. He gets it at the 50, 45, 40, 35. Sidesteps one intended tackler, gets down inside the 25, down to the 22 or 23-yard line on the near side. And with 32 seconds, Ricebirds, the clock will stop while they move the chains quickly to the line. The Ricebirds trying to preserve their final timeout.
I think they're going to try to spike it here if I saw the signal right. No.
Sparky is going to take. He's going to hand off, coming to the near side. Cedric Hawkins hurdles a man at the 15, down to the 10, still in his feet. Can you believe it? He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Ricebirds. Oh, my goodness, the future Red Wolf hurtled the defenders and into the end zone, and the Ricebirds stretch their lead.
And then one of the Cavemen dove at his feet at about the 12-yard line. Cedric hurled him and then stumbled and kept his feet and dove into the end zone. What another fantastic run by Hawkins. He was determined to get a touchdown on this drive.
On for the PAT. Jack Hossman's foot's into it, splits the uprights, and the Ricebirds stretch their lead 28-0 over the Cave City Cavemen. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Hello, this is Kevin Wingfield with Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services in Stuttgart. If you're looking to purchase or refinance farm real estate, equipment, cattle, or need capital for your crop operating expenses, we finance it all and share our profits through our patronage program. At Ag Heritage, we have friendly loan officers, competitive rates, and most of all, a lender who provides you with a financing package tailor-made to fit your individual needs. Please contact Kyle Stobson or myself, Kevin Wingfield, in Stuttgart at 870-673-1558. Ag Heritage Farm Credit Services is an equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Homecoming 2022. Stuttgart Ricebird football powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. And don't forget, at either Petrus location, 19th and Main, or out across from Max Prairie Wings, they sell tires. So regardless of the year, make, model that you drive, you go by and see them for tires. They can take care of your alignment as well as tire balancing. They can get the type and size tire that you need. Either location, they've got your transportation needs covered. Here's an onside kick attempt by the Ricebirds, and it just goes 10 yards.
I think it barely did, and the Ricebirds got it. Jack Hossman got it.
The kicker got it, and he was beyond the 10-yard mark.
He was just waiting on the ball.
And the ball came bouncing back to it, so the Ricebirds with the ball squarely in the center of the field will have it first down and 10 with 16 seconds and still one timeout to go. So the Ricebirds can take another shot or two here, Brent.
Boy, yeah, Lyndon, that ball was very, very close to not quite making it there, but the referee said that it just made it to the line, and that's all it's going to do.
I thought he reached across
I kind of thought he did too, but
brought it back.
Yeah.
But again, we don't have the best angle for that.
We don't.
But the officials did. The officials are right down the line. They waited on it to bounce to get there. Here come the Birds, first and 10. Clark takes. He's going to keep it himself into the line. Not much there, about 3 yards. He gets down to the 47-yard line, and the Ricebirds will spend their final timeout with 12 seconds to go here. Ricebirds will have to hustle if they want to move the ball down into field goal range.
Yep.
Something maybe down and out, get it down into the 20, 25-yard range to give Hossman a shot.
Either that or maybe just give it to number 6.
Oh, there's
see what happens there.
There's a novel thought. Yeah, how about that? Sure worked the last time.
Yeah, it sure did. But hey, going back to the play before, Kendrick Hawkins with a nice catch on a low throw there.
Yes, exactly. What a great job he did scooping that up.
He sure did. A 27-yard gain there on a nice catch and set up the touchdown by his brother, Cedric. And let's see what the Ricebirds do here. Maybe a quick shot downfield, or maybe just pitch it out there to Cedric and say, work some more magic, number 6.
Second down, 7 for the Ricebirds from the 47 of Cave City. Ricebirds with a 28-0 lead. Would like to add here before the half. Send Hossman in motion from the left to the right. Now penalty marker on the play, and illegal procedure against the Ricebirds is the call.
And that play looked like a handoff to Hossman on the sweep there, but I bet you he was going to throw it
to somebody.
Yeah, it sure was.
That would be a good bet. This is going to back the ball into Ricebird territory, back at the 48-yard line. Second down, second down and about 12 coming up for the Ricebirds. Back to pass. Sparky looking. Now he's just going to tuck it and see what he can find. He's going to run. He's at 45-40. 35 and out of bounds.
Smart play there by Clark.
4 seconds to go. Great clock awareness that time by Deontay Clark.
Yeah, no need to try to turn it back in field to pick up 5 or 6 more yards because the clock would have ran out there. But he gets out of bounds with 4 seconds left after he picks up 13 yards.
They'll have the ball at the 37-yard line of the Cavemen. And they're going to send 3 wide outs to the right. I see Jake Hayes is one of the 3 split wide to the right. Hossman's in at quarterback. I can guess who the other 2 are. He fakes, looks, he's going to air it out long, and he's got Kendrick Hawkins complete. Can you believe it? Touchdown, Ricebirds. Perfectly thrown pass by Jack Hossman. He laid it right into Kendrick Hawkins, and the Ricebirds, with no time on the clock, strike one more time here in the first half.
Well, you said it, Lynn. A perfectly thrown ball on the little fake out and up, and the cornerback for Cave City bid on the fake, and the Kendrick Hawkins turned it up, ran right by him, and Hossman put it right on the money at about the 5-yard line, and the Ricebirds are on the board for the 5th time.
And then Hossman's going to come on to tack on the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. It's good, and the Ricebirds go into the halftime leading 35-0 over the Cave City Cavemen. Oh, my. What an ending to this first half, Brent.
Boy, yeah, the Ricebirds pick up two touchdowns in the last minute and about 15 seconds left there and they will invoke the sportsmanship mercy rule the entire second half. What an ending to the half.
Wow, it is a dandy halftime. This has been a great day all the way around. It started early this morning with the community-wide pep rally at 8:30 this morning. You had the coronation of the Queen. You had the parade this afternoon. You had the Booster Club fish fry. You've got all sorts of class reunions going on. You've got a packed house here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart, and they have been treated to 2 quarters of outstanding Ricebird football, and they lead 35-0. We've got the Southern Band Corp halftime show coming up. Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band is making their way onto the field, and then after they perform, special treat as the director of Stuttgart Bands, Mr. Kevin Sherman, will join us here in the booth at the half. But we've got also stats, we've got scoring summary, we've got quite a bit to talk about here at the half, and we'll get started on all of that in 5 minutes.
Duck season is just around the corner, and it's time to get your boat ready at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. Daihatsu and Yamaha outboards are in stock now, and new War Eagle boats are arriving all the time. Financing is also available with quick approval in just 15 minutes. Whether you're in need of a new boat, a new motor, or just need a tune-up, come see our certified marine techs at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. We'll get you ready for that next great duck hunt at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart and online at maxpw.com. The hunt begins here.
Through November 14th, get up to a $70 Visa reward by mail-in or online rebate when you buy a set of 4 qualifying Cooper tires at Blue Seal Petroleum in DeWitt and Stuttgart. When you purchase a set of 4 new select Cooper brand tires, you could receive up to a $70 Visa reward. So go see the tire experts at Blue Seal Petroleum before November 14th. Fall savings on Cooper tires right now at Blue Seal Petroleum on South Whitehead Drive in DeWitt and South Park Avenue in Stuttgart.
Petros Auto Group is a proud supporter of the Stuttgart Ricebirds. This fall, while heading out to the game, arrive in style in a new truck or SUV from Petros. Wanting a 2023? Then now's the time to stop in and place your custom order on your new vehicle. With 2 locations in Stuttgart, Petros Auto Sales and Petros Chevrolet Buick GMC. We're proud to be your Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet Buick, and GMC dealer on the Grand Prairie.
Freemeier's Best Friends Plus has been supporting Ricebirds athletics for 43 years in Stuttgart. We're honored to be a part of the Ricebird tradition. Freemeier's has joined with some of the best brands in America, including Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, and Sealy, to be able to supply our customers with the best values. Now Freemeier's has gone a step further with guaranteed price matching. If you need home furnishings, make sure you check with Freemeier's, 201 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Best brands, best prices, best people.
A generator is one of those things you never think about until you need it. How about a hot shower? It's amazing how important the little things really are in these situations. At Durden's in Stuttgart, we like to help make the little things easier. That's why we're now your local authorized Generac dealer. And that's important too, because not all companies can sell, install, and provide warranty service on your generator, but Durden's can. Let's face it, a generator is a big investment. Keep it ready to run correctly so you're not left in the dark when the next storm or outage happens. Call us today at 673-1356 for home backup options, portable generators, and even commercial options for your business. You can also request service for your generator online at durdeninc.com/schedule. Let's skip the cold showers and save the candlelight dinners just for date night.
Durden's in Stuttgart. Guaranteed comfort since 1960. Muck boots are ready to take on any job while keeping you protected. And you'll find original Muck boots at U.S. Irrigation Distributors in Stuttgart and DeWitt, along with comfortable, stylish, and tough Twisted X footwear. Check out these 2 great lines of boots and shoes, including 100% weatherproof designs today at U.S. Irrigation. Original Muck boots and Twisted X footwear. U.S. Irrigation Distributors, Highway 165 north of Stuttgart and in DeWitt at 550 Highway 165 north. Call 673-2830 or 946-4116.
Farmers and Merchants Bank is adding more convenient banking across Arkansas. The MVP Center in DeWitt is now open on Whitehead Drive, and there are 2 in Stuttgart, one on Maple behind the main bank and one on the corner of North Main and Michigan. These are interactive teller machines with on-screen tellers serving you 7 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 till noon on Saturdays. Go to mebanking.com to locate more MVP centers as you travel across the state from Jonesboro to the Bank of Fayetteville. Always finding a better way at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
And a brighter day up ahead.
Did you know since 1907, Lane, Arkansas has been providing water services to cities, industries, and farmers, not just in the Grand Prairie area, but all across the state. Lane, Arkansas
And we welcome you back to the Southern Bancorp halftime show tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas. It's homecoming 2022, and the Stuttgart Ricebirds are entertaining the homecoming crowd here with a 35-0 lead here at the half. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman, and we're enjoying watching the Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band performing here at the half. Again, before a huge crowd here at Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. It's been a busy day for the band. We're going to talk a little bit more about that here in just a few minutes as the director of the Stuttgart Bands, Mr. Kevin Sherman, will be joining us here in the booth. And he is watching his band perform now and, again, doing a great job. Ricebird Marching Band in their full uniforms tonight, the black slacks, the maroon and white tops. Of course, your flag line dressed just a little bit differently. We talked about that some at the half last week as well, but they sound great, and they've had, as we mentioned, a busy day. And the Ricebirds have had a busy first half as well as they lead 35-0 here at the half. Looking at the scoring summary, the Ricebirds took the opening kick for the second week in a row, made quick work of it. The 8:41 mark of the first quarter, Deontay Clark goes in from 6 yards out. Hausman's PAT was good. Birds up 7-0. Then, with 5:13 to go in the first quarter, Cedric Hawkins goes in from 15 yards out. PAT was good, and the Ricebirds led 14-0. They weren't quite done in the first quarter. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cedric Hawkins gets loose
on the corner, and it's time to get your boat ready at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. Daihatsu and Yamaha outboards are in stock now, and new War Eagle boats are arriving all the time. Financing is also available with quick approval in just 15 minutes. Whether you're in need of a new boat, a new motor, or just need a tune-up, come see our certified marine techs at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. We'll get you ready for that next great duck hunt at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart and online at maxpw.com. The hunt begins here.
The main hub on South Main in Stuttgart is the place to go for nutritious meal replacement protein shakes and delicious energy teas, including favorites like the Ricebird Stomp, the Hub, and the Bobo. Teas to go to make at home are also available. The main hub has healthy protein waffles made to order and tasty donuts in classic flavors like banana nut bread, strawberry cheesecake, and everyone's favorite, chocolate chip. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 4:30, and Saturday, 10 to 2. The main hub, 324 South Main in downtown Stuttgart. Call 870-456-2997 to order and follow the main hub on Facebook.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. It's homecoming 2020 for the Stuttgart Ricebirds. And the Stuttgart Ricebirds are enjoying a 35-0 lead here at the half. I'm Lynn Keller sitting alongside Brent Whitman. We're glad to have you joining us tonight for Ricebird football on both Country 97.3 FM and also on our EAB Sports Network Stuttgart Ricebirds YouTube channel, where you can see the live stream, and also you'll hear this broadcast as well as we overlay the radio on top of the live stream. Stuttgart Ricebird Marching Band is concluding their performance here at the halftime, and they have got a near capacity crowd on their feet here on the Stuttgart side, as there's the fight song, the Ricebird cheerleaders, along with the Ricebird Marching Band, and again, this great crowd that's been lining the fence all the way around. The concession stand and back has been really treated to a outstanding first half of action, and a great day that started early this morning. Brent, it was chilly at 8:30 this morning in a community-wide pep rally out here, where they go and picked up all the students from elementary school, middle school, and of course junior high and high school, walked over here and filled the stands for a pep rally.
Yeah, it was definitely football weather this morning, no doubt about that. But yeah, as you mentioned, a full homestands for a pep rally first thing in the morning. Just started the day off very well.
It was, and of course then you had the coronation of the Queen. You had a parade this afternoon at 4 o'clock, and then of course the on-field activities began here at about 6:30 tonight. And of course Miss Emma Banks was crowned the homecoming queen for 2022, and her court and all are still here. They're all on in chairs on the track down here, and they've all been bundled up in blankets.
Yeah, it's a little windy down there.
So it is a little windy and a little cool, but it has been a great day. And it's been a busy day, and for one gentleman, it's been a super busy day, and that is Mr. Kevin Sherman, who is the director of the Stuttgart Bands. And, yes, you are hot. Your mic is hot. Great to have you with us here, Mr. Sherman.
Well, thanks for asking me up. I appreciate it.
And, of course, you told me, you said, now my voice is a little suspect, but your day started kind of early this morning, didn't it?
Well, I mean, they all start early for all of us. But, yeah, I mean, we've been going since about 7 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, I think my voice has more to do with what they're cutting in the fields more than anything. But that's kind of all of us, right?
Amen, brother, and I'm with you on that. But no kidding, I've watched you out here this morning with the pep rally early, and, of course, then you got to get your whole crew down the street in the parade as well. And that's all on top of what you do normally most every day anyway. And Mr. Sherman, you've had this band, even though the football team had a week off, the band didn't have a week off.
No.
You guys were out getting with it.
Yeah, during that week off, we actually practiced a little bit more than we normally do and went to a marching contest the Tuesday after that week off. So on the 4th, we went to UAM and competed down there, and we're really making some headway, starting to improve a lot. The kids are really buying in. They're working hard. They're loving this whole show theme that we're doing with this sort of spooky, fun-ish, just spoofing on Halloween type stuff, and they're really getting into it and loving it.
Well, the fans are digging it too with the Michael Jackson tunes that you've got out there. Of course, being October, that just really is a great time to do that as well. But back to your marching invitational marching contest at UAM week before last. You got a first division rating there.
Yes, sir, we did. We had three band judges. 2 of them gave us a first division. One of the other judges did give us a second division rating, but that is a composite first division. Our percussion section also received a first division, as well as the drum major, and they're named best in our class.
You know, and hats off, you've got such a great roster of band members as well. We try to mention those each and every Friday night on the broadcast, but a great group, Mr. Sherman, and I'm curious how band has responded coming out of COVID for a couple of years where everything was so suppressed and the struggles.
It's been a process. You know, when we started, the kids didn't touch their horns. We did not have a rehearsal for 5 months together as a group. We couldn't even start before school that year. And then when we did, we had to be 6 feet apart, indoors or outdoors, wore a mask indoors or outdoors. The only time we didn't have to wear a mask is if we were on the field marching. A lot of kids didn't want to deal with that. A lot of kids dropped out of band. They found other things to do, frankly, and we're not the only city that's suffered that. There are band attendance and participation is down across the country by about 20 to 25%. All the bands are smaller than they were 3 years ago, and that's unfortunate. But we're getting it back. We've got 50 kids. We're up from about 35 during COVID, so we've continually growing. We have 38 8th graders and 50 7th graders that we're working right now. So, and then we only have 4 seniors and I think 10 or so juniors. So the future is bright. I think we've moved past the COVID stuff now. We're under no restrictions anymore, and you can tell that these kids are improving at a rapid rate.
So. Oh, they're buying into it tremendously.
Absolutely.
I know you brought out an ensemble for junior high game several weeks ago. 10 of your outstanding students that just did a fabulous job with the national anthem and the alma mater out there. And I tell you, folks, and every week we get comments if we have technical problems during halftime or whatnot. Boy, we want to hear the band. We want to see the band, because you have really made an impact on the bands here. And, again, the recovery over the period of time that we went through with the COVID, the numbers are very obvious out there that they're increasing, and that's all due to the great work that you and your staff have done to put a great product out there on the field.
Well, thank you very much. It's I love working with kids. I love working with kids who want to learn how to play an instrument and be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. I think that's important for people to be involved in. They need to know what it's like to work as a community, as a group, and to achieve a common goal. So I think that's what these kids are working on, and they're buying into it, like you said. So I'm real proud of them.
Wrapping up our conversation with Mr. Kevin Sherman, the director of Stuttgart Bands here. Also want to mention this week, Mr. Sherman, Glen Rose marching competition.
Yes, that was straight first divisions on Tuesday. They did a really good job. I mean, it just keeps getting better. We did make straight ones there. Every group made a first division. Except the color guard had a little bit of a rougher night. They made a 2, but that's still a very good rating. So we have our region marching contest coming up on the 25th, which is a Tuesday night in Cabot, and we hope that we can make a first or a second division rating there and advance to the state marching contest, which will be the following Tuesday on November 1st. And we'd sure love to have Stuttgart come to even Cabot a week and a half on the 25th, come out and support us. And obviously, if we make it to state, we would love to see you, Stuttgart, turn out for the state marching contest.
Well, watch the website, also Facebook page as well for times and dates on that. And again, support your Stuttgart bands. Also want to mention, of course, the great job that the band parents do with the concession stand, manning that. That helps fund our Stuttgart bands.
Yes, by a lot.
And we appreciate them and all the work that they do as well. So beyond our immediate marching, what's in the future for the Ricebird bands?
Well, once we get done with the marching season, so to speak, I mean, really, marching season doesn't end until the football season ends, but we'll back off a little bit after state marching contest. We'll start to transition towards concert season. We'll start working on our Christmas concert program. We'll also start preparing the kids for region honor band auditions, where they'll have an opportunity to audition and perform as an individual before judges, and then be a part of a large ensemble that will meet in Cabot again, or in Searcy, I believe, for honor band clinics. And then we'll move into the spring semester working on concert assessment, and it just never stops. But if you want to build a great band program and kids that really love how to learn to play music, it should never stop. So you can play music for your entire life, and that's what we're trying to build, is lifetime musicians.
And you love it, and it shows.
Well, thank you.
And I can't tell you how much I appreciate as a Ricebird fan, and as a friend, I really appreciate all you do, Mr. Sherman, for the great job and all it adds to an atmosphere like tonight. This is an electric atmosphere out here. Don't you love the crowd?
Absolutely.
And all out here, and I think they showed their appreciation for the jobs you've done as well.
Yes, for sure.
So visiting with Mr. Kevin Sherman, director of Stuttgart Bands. Thank you again for taking the time out here, and go rest your voice up.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sherman. All right. We are a couple of minutes away from the kickoff of the second half, so let's shift our attention back to Mr. Brent Whitman. And, Brent, how about our stats here from our first half?
All right. Well, then for the Cave City Cavemen, it's been almost all on the ground, led by Sean Walling, 12 carries, 68 yards. Colby Birdsong has 6 carries for 23. Bryce Walling has 8 for 22. Now, they did have that big minus 30 play there, which takes a lot off of their stats. So only 83 yards rushing in the first half for Cave City, and Jacob Moore passing is 2 out of 5 for only 12 yards. So that's 83 rushing, 12 passing, 95 total yards for Cave City. Stuttgart Ricebirds are led by Cedric Hawkins, 8 carries, 124 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the first half. A.J. Higgins, 1 carry for 4 yards. Deontay Clark, 18 carries for 84 and 1 touchdown. Deontay Clark passing 1 out of 2 for 27. Jack Hosman passing tonight, 2 out of 2 for 47 yards, including a 37-yard touchdown pass on the last play before half. The Birds are led receiving by Kendrick Hawkins with 2 catches for 64 yards and that big 37-yard touchdown pass. Cedric Hawkins has 1 catch for 10, 212 on the ground, 74 passing, 286 yards for Stuttgart, as they have a huge 35-0 lead here at halftime, and it should be a quick second half, partner.
It should be, because the clock will run continuously with what we call the mercy rule here in the second half. Cave City will get the ball to start the second half. We've got a couple of minutes here yet before we'll kick off the second half, so let's take one more time out here on the Southern Bancorp halftime show. When we come back, we'll be ready for second half action. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Baptist Health Therapy Center Stuttgart provides personalized care for patients with a wide range of physical therapy needs. Each patient is evaluated by a specialist, and a program is established that caters to their specific needs. Baptist Health Therapy Center Stuttgart provides specialties and services with an emphasis on creating relationships to provide the important physical and emotional benefits that are part of the complicated process of healing. For questions or more information, please call 888-BAPTIST or visit baptist-health.com.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement in Stuttgart, is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask Progressive Tractor and Implement about their next-day parts availability, and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night for maximum production in bushels. Contact your local Case IH dealer, Progressive Tractor and Implement, for more information.
Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart knows you have a demanding schedule and need to make the very most of your time. Sometimes a complex world demands a simple solution. Case in point, the new Power Star tractor from New Holland. With up to 100 PTO horsepower on tap, there's virtually no job a Power Star premium utility tractor can't handle. Mow, grade, bale, stack, load. Prairie Implement Company invites you to experience the greater ease provided by 64 to 117 horsepower engines, a spacious Vision View cab, and your choice of two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. For supreme convenience, New Holland's Command Art console in each Power Star tractor puts frequently used controls in one place, increasing your productivity. Work with greater power and utility in a new Power Star tractor. Stop by Prairie Implement Company in Stuttgart today to learn more.
And we welcome you back to the Southern Bancorp halftime show tonight from Ned Mosley Stadium on the campus of Stuttgart High School in Stuttgart, Arkansas. I'm Lynn Keller, sitting alongside Brent Whitman, and we're glad to have you joining us tonight for Ricebird football on this homecoming 2022. Other games going on in the 2-4A conference in addition to Cave City at Stuttgart tonight. Heber Springs is at Lone Oak, Ball Knob is at Riverview, and Harding Academy has the night off. Quickly looking to next week, Stuttgart travels to Heber Springs. Riverview will be at Harding Academy. Lone Oak will be at Ball Knob, and Cave City will take next week off. Brent, have you found any scores from anybody around tonight?
No from our conference, but I did see Warren is playing DeWitt tonight. DeWitt had the early lead in that game, but now it is Warren with a 34-14 lead, and I'm still looking for scores from the 2-4A.
All right. Well, the Stuttgart Ricebirds and the Cave City Cavemen are getting set to kick off the second half. Ricebirds with a 35-0 lead, and it will be a continuing running clock here in the second half. I want to thank you for joining us, and want to thank you for listening to the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Great to have an interview there with Mr. Kevin Sherman, director of Stuttgart Bands here at half, and the great job that he has done. Jack Kosman puts his foot into it, kicks it off, and it goes all the way. It lands in the end zone, and the Cave City Cavemen will have it first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line starting the second half.
Yeah, Jack taking advantage a little bit of that strong wind there. It booms it out of the back of the end zone, and I'm sure we'll see some new numbers for the Ricebirds here pretty soon.
See Carter Wheeler out there, number 52 for the Ricebirds. And we'll get you some more numbers in here. Ross Atkinson's out there, number 13 for the Birds.
Looks like Jordan Phillips going in there as well.
And handoff over the left side. A little running room out across the 30. First play is going to be 11 yards for the Cavemen.
Ricebird defense wasn't really set that time.
They really
were still
weren't.
trying to run some different players in there and just weren't quite set.
Elliott Boyd is one of the D-backs on this side.
Yep. Johnny Howard still out there at his defensive end spot.
Kamarion Pickett at linebacker. Here come the Cavemen. Handoff coming to the near side. Breaks a tackle, but breaks one tackle at the line. Doesn't break two. Ricebirds are going to corral him, bring him down there. Kamarion Pickett there. Elliott Boyd as well. Number 24 for the Ricebirds, Peyton Thompson. And number 27 as well, Johnny Howard. All in on the stop at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 coming up now for the Cavemen. Quarterback is number 10, Jacob Moore. He's a junior. Hands off into the line.
Nothing there.
And absolutely nothing there.
Peyton Thompson, number 24, Lynn, was the first one there, and he was waiting on Walling right at the line of scrimmage. Gained maybe a half yard. That's going to be it.
Ross Atkinson in there as well. Number 68, Jordan Phillips. You mentioned him earlier. He's in there as well. 75, which is Demarion Manning.
Demarion Manning. Now, this might be a situation, Lynn, kind of like we saw last week with Riverview, whereas they don't have a lot of subs on their sideline. So
exactly.
So, not a lot of subs for them probably tonight.
Cave City, third down and 9. Handoff over left side, running room, first down and more. Across midfield, may be gone. Ricebirds are chasing him. He's going to take this one to the house. And it is
Sean Wall. It's going to be 69 yards on third down and about 9. He broke through the line. Couldn't the Ricebirds had a couple attempts at some arm tackles, couldn't bring Walling down, and he takes it to the house for the Cavemen's first score of the night, 69 yards. And we will get a chance to see number 1, Millie Beller for the PAT.
She's a right foot soccer style kicker, and she is an outstanding soccer player, 2-time All-State soccer. And the kick is up, and it is good. And the Cave City Cavemen and women have got on the board. Ricebirds lead 35-7. Clock's running continuously. Back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football in 30 seconds.
Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Ricebird Sports. Producers is here for you year-round, providing the hometown service you desire. Producers supports community activities and is proud to be a part of the Grand Prairie. If you're enjoying this broadcast of Ricebird Sports, let our sponsors know, because without their support, this broadcast would not be possible. Producers Rice Mill in Stuttgart, supporting the community and Ricebird Sports.
And we welcome you back to Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM, powered by Petrus in Stuttgart with 2 locations, 19th and Main for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, and out across from Max Prairie Wings for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. It's Petrus. They've got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Millie Beller kicks to the Ricebirds. Going to be taken at the 30, back across the 35, 40, 45-yard line. Nice return by Ross. Millie Beller, a female kicker for the Cavemen. Cavemen and Cave women, I guess we could say.
Cave people.
Cave people, that's exactly
Cave
right.
People. Good starting field position for the Birds at their own 45 here. 7:06 left to go and the clock rolling in the third quarter. Sure we'll see the second team offense out here. It looks like number 11, that'll be Xavier Hobbs, probably be the quarterback taking the snaps.
Number 35, Zacharias Jeffries, split wide to the right. Split wide to the left here, I believe, is Elliott Boyd. Taking the snap, hand off into the line. Running room, midfield, 45, first down. Nice blast over that right side.
That's number 20, Lynn. That's Kevon Conway. A lot of speed and quickness out of Conway. We saw that a couple of weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, up at Harding Academy.
Yes.
He had some good runs.
Moves the ball down to the Cave City 42-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Birds. First down and 10. Ball's on the far hash mark. Ricebirds in all maroon with white trim. Moving from the right to the left, from the south to the north here at Mosley Stadium. Xavier Hobbs calling the signals. Conway standing to his left. Kamarion Pickett, slot on the left, hand off into the line. Conway that time runs into a couple of Cavemen, and there's a penalty marker on the play too.
Sure is.
On the stop was number 75, which we don't have on our roster. Apologize for that.
Holding on the Ricebirds is the indication.
So that'll back the Birds up, back into, well, let's see. It's not going to back them up into their own end of the field, but it's going to back them up close to midfield. Well, they're going to set it down right at the midfield stripe, and that's where the Ricebirds will have it. First down and 23. Xavier Hobbs at quarterback. Move to the left, Tremont White. Taking all the time off the play clock. Takes a snap, hands off. Conway cutting around the left side, following his blockers, following number 51, Tank Hood, blocking for him out there.
Going to pick up about 4, almost 5.
Moves the ball down to the 46 of the Cavemen. Second down and about 15 yards to go for the Ricebirds.
4:30 left in the third quarter.
Homecoming night here on the Grand Prairie for the Ricebirds. What an exciting first half. Ricebirds built a 35-0 lead at the half. Hobbs takes a snap, hands again to Conway, starts right, and then runs right into number 54 for no gain, Hunter Greathouse. He's 5'8", 145-pound linebacker, and I don't believe the 145-pound part, according to the roster.
Gonna bring up third down and about 15.
Birds got to get down to the 32 of the Cavemen for a first down. Got it at the 47. Ball's toward the near hash mark. Birds again moving from the right to the left on your radio dial.
Running all the time down on the play clock.
They're set, takes a snap, going to keep it himself. Starts right, now cuts back into the line. Going to have a couple, it looks like, Brent, down to the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up now fourth down and about almost 13. Well, we're going to say 12. And punting situation probably, although
I don't think so. I think they're going to go for it
I'm
here.
not seeing any movement from Jack Hossman as he's standing here on the sideline. He's standing right beside Coach Price. Birds are going to go for it on fourth down and 12 from just inside the Cave City 45-yard line. Two wide outs to the right, one to the left. Slot on the left. Conway standing just to the left of the quarterback, Xavier Hobbs. Again, milking all of the play clock down, and I mean all of it down.
All of it down.
And now they're going to bring the punt team on.
Yep,
So,
yep, they will take the five-yard delay game penalty and punt. Well, I guess we won't take the 5-yard penalty.
Well,
I guess you can decline it.
Well, not for a delay.
Well,
you can't have a delay of game when the clock is continuously running.
Well, you can't. Well, with the play clock, you can.
Well,
I get, or can you not? I don't know.
I don't know because they wouldn't mark it back.
Well, because
and the official looking up at the press box and says keep it running.
Yeah, but you got to snap it at some point.
Well, you're right. You're right.
You can't run 5 minutes off of it.
That's right. That's right. Here's a punt. It's going to hit at the 7 and take a little sideways divot. Ricebirds will down it at the 9-yard line. That's very effective.
It was fantastic.
Just about everything Jack Hossman does is effective.
Yeah, fantastic punt there, Lynn. And I guess the Cavemen just didn't want to mark off the penalty. They just declined it, I guess.
You could decline it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I've seen that done.
Well, you'll figure it
before.
out. You just tell me what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what it was. I mean, because you'll see teams try to get that extra 5 yards.
Yeah.
You know, the punt, and sometimes
they give them the room.
Yeah, you know, they don't want you to have it, so they will decline the penalty. I think that's what happens there. But we're down to 1:20 left in the third quarter. Ricebirds with a 35-7 lead.
And the Cavemen will have it first down to 10 at their own 9-yard line. They break the huddle, come to the line. They're dressed in all white with bright red helmets, double stripes down the side of their pants. Quarterback looked left, looked right.
There was
now,
nobody there.
Nobody was there, and now here's some Ricebirds for you. They bring him down at the 10-yard line. No gain, basically, on the play, and what was obviously a busted play.
Yeah, he turned around for a handoff, and there was nobody to hand off to, so he scrambled and picked up about half a yard.
Carter Wheeler on the stop for the Ricebirds. Second down, 10, ball just outside the 10-yard line, so he got about half a yard on the play. Quarterback behind center, takes and fakes into the line, keeps it himself, and probably should have handed it off because he gets hammered by the Ricebirds. And I believe
it's going to be, no gain on that play. I think they're going to give them the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
Blaine Kittler on the stop for the Ricebirds.
When you run into Blaine, you're going to go backwards probably.
Yes, you sure are. And that is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. It's a quick one. We knew it would be. The fourth quarter is going to be quick, too, so hang around. We'll be back with more Stuttgart Ricebird football on Country 97.3 FM in 1 minute.
Getting your COVID-19 vaccine now is the safest and most effective thing you can do to protect your family, yourself, and our communities. This is Cade Bethay at Coker-Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop in downtown Stuttgart. The vaccine is now available free of charge regardless of immigration or health insurance status, and getting a COVID-19 vaccination is a safer and more dependable way to build immunity than getting sick with COVID. The vaccination helps protect against severe disease, hospitalization, or death. We understand you may have questions about COVID-19 vaccine options, and our pharmacists are here to help you with the information you need to make that important decision so you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome at Coker-Hampton, and appointments are available from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every Thursday by calling 870-673-2691. Get vaccinated or talk to our pharmacist to learn more. Coker-Hampton Drug Company and Gift Shop, 218 South Main in downtown Stuttgart.
And we welcome you back to Ned Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart for Homecoming 2022 as the Stuttgart Ricebirds lead the Cave City Cavemen 35-7 as we start the fourth quarter of action, and the mercy rule's in effect. And Cave City coming out of their own 10-yard line, handoff over the right side, running room, and out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That'll be a fresh set of downs for the Cavemen. Ricebird football powered by Petrus in Stuttgart. Don't forget 2 locations, 19th and Main Street for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Their website is petrusgm.com. Or for Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram out across from Max Prairie Wings, their website, petrusautosales.com. Either location, they've got your transportation needs on the Grand Prairie covered. Petrus powering tonight's Ricebird broadcast. Handoff over the right side for Cave City. And once again, nice running room out across the 35 out to the 38-yard line.
Can't get the number on that carrier. I think that might be 3 again. Birdsong.
He's been a workhorse for him tonight, Brent. No doubt about that.
He's up. He's had 9 carries now, up over 50 yards.
2nd and 3 coming up from Cave City's 37-yard line. Handoff right side, dancing around the right end before he runs into the Ricebirds' number 67, DeAnthony Scales.
DeAnthony grabbed him in and threw him back a yard or 2.
Yes, he did. He sure did.
And was there a fumble in? And there's a fumble. No, they said in the Ricebird football in. I did not see the fumble. It must have came out of the pile, but the Ricebirds have it.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ricebirds do recover. I'm with you. I did not see that either.
Nobody up here saw it.
But let's give DeAnthony Scales credit for it because he was manhandling the ball carrier.
He was.
And the Ricebirds will have it first down and 10 at the Cave City 45-yard line. 9 minutes and 38 seconds, clock moving continuously here in the second half. Ricebirds caught off guard as well. Got to get the right personnel on there, and here comes number 78, Braden Bateman. Braden takes his spot at the right tackle. Here come the Ricebirds. Snap, handoff, Conway. Conway looking for some room around the left side. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Gets forward for a couple. Nice job blocking ahead of him there by Braden Bateman, number 78. Pulling from that right tackle and clearing some room on that left side. Checking in now coming in with the plays, Xavier Hobbs. Ricebirds going to move to 2-1 in conference with the win tonight. And hit the road next week as they travel to Heber Springs, take on the Panthers.
Should be a lot, just a little bit tougher matchup than what the Ricebirds have had the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Conway's going to get the carry again and breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and they're stretching out his T-shirt, or he would have had a whole lot more. He gets down to the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up now 3rd down and about 7.5, roughly.
We'll give him one yard on that play.
We'll say 3rd and 7 coming up now for the Ricebirds.
Yeah, but if they hadn't stretched out his undershirt there, he would have had a lot more.
Elliott Boyd checks out for the Ricebirds, and split wide to the right is going to be, checking out is Conway.
I believe that's Kamarion Pickett in the backfield.
And taking all the time off the play clock. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right, single back. Standing to the right of the quarterback. Takes the handoff, looking for some room. Now penalty marker goes in there. Thought he was going to break out of the pile. Kamarion Pickett on the carry.
Yeah, he gained a yard or 2 on the play, but penalty's probably going to negate that run.
Ulysses Hernandez out there for the Ricebirds as well. But this one is going to go backwards with the penalty. Going to back it probably back into Ricebird territory.
Yep.
Just over 7 minutes to go here. Clock moving continuously here in the 4th quarter. And this will be a quick one here tonight at Mosley Stadium. It's been a long day, though. Started at 8:30 this morning with a citywide pep rally. And, I mean, the stands were packed and activities all day long relating to homecoming. Actually, activities all week long related to homecoming at the schools. Been a fun week. I've enjoyed watching a lot of it on Facebook and social media this week. Ricebirds now 3rd down and 16. Handoff coming to the near side, now cutting back into the line, breaking a leg tackle, ankle tackle, and getting the ball inside the 45 down to the 44 on the carry. Kamarion Pickett. That's about as hard a run as we've seen tonight, Brent.
Yes, it was. That was a hard 7-yard run. Broke a couple tackles, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 9 now.
4th and 9, and gosh, we're still 25 seconds on the play clock. They'll drain a lot of clock off and probably do like they did the last time.
Yeah.
And let it go all the way down to 0. Now, sure as well I say that, they'll snap it with 10 seconds to go here. So we'll see. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Little hard count. Cave City Cavemen stay tight.
Doesn't look like they're going to snap it.
They're going to let it go all the way down. There will be a delay of game. And the Ricebirds will send the punting team on again and see if they can punt the Cavemen back deep. Clock rolling towards 5.5 minutes to go in this one. And Jack Hossman will come on to punt for the Ricebirds. He's going to be standing right at his own 40-yard line. Return man for Cave City standing back at his own 10-yard line.
Punting into a pretty strong breeze coming out of the southwest.
And still 15, 14, 13 on the play clock. Ricebirds will take all that time off. And then Jack calls for it. Good snap. Puts his foot into it. A knuckleball going to hit and roll. Hits it about the 22, rolls to the 20, and then out of bounds on the far sideline. And that's where the Cavemen will have it. 1st down to 10 at their own 20-yard line. And by the time they get to the line of scrimmage and snap it, it's going to be just over 4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter from Mosley Stadium in Stuttgart. And the Cavemen huddle up. Got a little Sweet Caroline playing here at the stadium.
It is loud.
Here come the Cavemen, moving from the right to the left, dressed in all white with red trim. Take handoff to the wing on the right. Got some running room through the line. Nice job by the Ricebirds number 21, Elliott Boyd. Might have saved a touchdown that time as Elliott comes up from his cornerback position, brings the ball carrier down after a gain of about 8, brings up 2nd down and 2. From their own 28-yard line, Cavemen break the huddle.
And that was Seth Walling, number 17, the third Walling to carry the ball tonight.
Walling's everywhere tonight.
Yes.
Handoff into the line and a collision at the line of scrimmage. Going to be a 1st down, I believe, as the pile kind of twists forward.
I think that was 19, Matthew King on the carry. He's going to have about 2, just enough.
Carter Wheeler on the stop for the Ricebirds, or one of the Ricebirds on the stop. 1st and 10, Cave City just outside their own 30-yard line. 3:17, clock moving here in the 4th quarter. Cavemen with the ball in the center of the field, and the penalty marker, Ricebirds offsides. That's okay. That'll take a little more time off. Clock continues to run. Rolls under 3 minutes.
Somebody for the Birds lined up in the neutral zone. Lynn, we haven't seen, I think it's number 89 or 99 for Cave City, but boy, he's a big old boy. We'd like to see him out there. Look at, well, you can't see him on the side. Oh, the ball's loose. Cave City gets back on it right at about the line of scrimmage, Lynn, but I don't know if you can see him right behind the down marker there. He's every bit
He is a monster.
He's every bit of 6'5", and boy, he's a big boy.
He is a monster. And his jersey is not big enough.
No, and I don't think he's seen the field tonight.
Nor are his pants.
No, that is that's a big boy.
That is a big boy.
That's a big caveman.
All right, Ricebirds get some good penetration. Bam! In there, the Ricebirds. Number 14, Jake Hayes in there. Number 34 for the Ricebirds as well, Kobe Barnett.
D'Anthony Scales got a hand on him, and then I believe that was number 65, Adrian Robnett in there with the big hit as well.
Under 2 minutes to go here. And checking in is number 25, and that is Clayton Walling.
The Cave City Wallings.
They are. There's a whole pack of them. And he is at quarterback. And he rolls to his right. He fakes coming to the left, rolls to his right, and he's got a whole lot of room. But what a nice open field tackle. Oh, and I tell you, the quarterback is so frustrated because he saw a lot of green turf ahead.
That's right. Yeah, but it was a great one-on-one tackle, as you mentioned. By number 23, that was Trayvon White out there. Fantastic play.
Checking out for the Ricebirds, D'Anthony Scales, number 67. Clock rolls towards 1 minute to go in this one. Cave City's going to fall to 1-7 overall with 2 games remaining. Hand off over the right side. Birds, that is Birdsong again, I believe. Yes.
Yep.
And with 45, 44, 43, Ricebirds will take over on downs and won't have to snap it.
No, we're not having to snap it.
Ricebirds will not have to snap it. That's going to do it, although they're sending their offense out there. Coach Price is directing them to come on back off, and we'll line up and we'll shake hands and we'll put this one in the books. And the Ricebirds will stretch their advantage over the Cave City Cavemen. 3 wins now in all 3 attempts. 10, 9, 8. Well, and the Ricebirds wanted to snap it, but there's a penalty marker on the play, and that is it. We've got all zeros on the clock, and the Stuttgart Ricebirds have defeated the Cave City Cavemen 35-7 in homecoming 2022. And there go the fireworks signifying the Ricebird victory tonight. Fireworks sponsored tonight by Patrick and Julie Landrum. Appreciate them so much for sponsoring those through the Ricebird Booster Club. If you'd like to be a sponsor of the fireworks, contact any of the Ricebird Booster Club members. Josh Hayes will fix you up there on that. I think I understood that maybe they're sold out for this year, but that sure get you in line maybe for some playoff games or something like that in the future as well. And Ricebirds win this one by a final score of 35-7. We got the Blue Seal Petroleum post-game show coming up. We'll have the scoring summary. We'll have the end-of-the-game stats. And we'll try to get you some scores from around the area before we go off the air tonight. And, of course, the scoreboard show will be coming